Hi, beautiful friends. How are you today? I want to share with you guys how to get a really soft spring look. This is going to be great for all you mature skinned ladies. This is going to be great for you women that struggle and you don't want this huge intensified look, but you want to be able to provide yourself with a really great spring look. So if you are looking for a spring look, make sure that you do spring, say spring below. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on some moisturizer because I'm super dry. I'm drier than a piece of popcorn. A piece of unbuttered popcorn. So I love spring. I love summer because this is the time when you can put on so much fun stuff. And so I think a lot of women struggle because they're like, I don't want this look, you know what I mean? So today I'm going to show you some techniques, some tips and tricks. I'm going to show you how to keep your makeup in place without it moving this summer and spring. So make sure you stay tuned because I'm going to show you kind of a softer look and then a really intensified, how you can turn it into kind of like a day look. And I have a special box that is coming out in the next couple of days. So it comes with like over $228 worth of stuff. So I'm going to show you guys everything that comes in it. Okay. And if you throughout this decide I need this spring box, make sure you do hashtag spring box and I will shoot you a message. So we're going to be using everything out of this thing. You get all of these. You get this actual pro grade brush is one of the pro grade brushes you get out of it, which is to me crazy. It's crazy. Okay, so the first color that I want to put on is it's kind of like a pinkish whitish color. I absolutely love this color. It's one of my favorites. You get over 6 shadows in this spring box. It's crazy. It's better than FibFabFun, let me tell you. So I'm going to take this, this color and I'm just going to apply it. See there, I got it into my brows. I'm just going to kind of apply it to the lid. This is just going to be kind of like my base color. Okay. It's just going to be a base color. And while that's just laying down, I want to show you guys how great these glow drops are. Absolutely love them. I'm just taking them. These glow drops are coconut infused drops. Okay. So they add hydration without making you feel like super oily or greasy or anything like that. And so this is just going to be a great look for spring, something that you can just throw on and have like a really cute look without feeling like you're going out to, you know, some glamorous party, right? So we're just going to give ourselves a really pretty glow. And I love using these underneath my foundation or my concealers because of how glowy they are. Have you guys ever used glow drops before? I absolutely love it. Look at that. You can just wear it. I love to just take it and put it in the inner corner of my eyes. Okay. And I'll just kind of pat that in there. You guys literally can wear these glow drops as an everyday, just kind of glow. You can even just go out like that. Okay. Obviously blend this in and don't be like me and then just kind of, you know, put whatever on. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put on, I'm just going to use some concealer today with a little bit of foundation. I'm not going to do tons of makeup because let's just face it, we don't all have that much time to do that. So I'm going to show you guys how I kind of cancel out some of this redness on my face. And so you guys are going to be flipping amazed. So whenever you're looking at like the color wheel, and I'm sure all of you remember the color wheel from when you were a kid, we have all of these, and we have our basic colors, then we have our complementary colors. So if you look at red and across from the color wheel, and my color wheel, my daughter ran off with it. If you look across from the color wheel, you can Google it, go to GOOGLE, and you will see across from the red is like a greenish yellow. Okay, so you want to get a concealer that has more of a greenish yellowish hue. Now, buyer beware. Hi, Nancy. Do not go out and get just a green concealer. It can sometimes, or a green, concealer. It can sometimes make the skin look ashy depending upon your skin tone. So I always tell people to make sure you're aware of how it may lay on your skin. If you just get a plain old, you've probably seen them. They're like almost like a circle with a color wheel, and they have different colors of creamy concealers in there, but they're not concealers, but they're different colors to contour and to cover and conceal. I always suggest just getting yourself a plain old greenish yellowish concealer like this. So you're going to see these different tones on here, which are going to make a huge difference, especially when you're concealing. So I'm just going to take the one that's supposed to cover my redness, and I'm not using a lot. I'm just using it very lightly, and look at how my redness is already starting to cover. And I'm just barely holding my brush, just barely holding it, okay? And I'm just going over some of that redness. So do you already see, just barely tickling that concealer, I am giving myself just some light coverage. So on the days where you don't want to wear a lot. Now, here's the great part. This is waterproof concealer. And trust me, I've tested it. I've ran over 45 minutes in like the Kansas heat with a stroller up and down the hills here in like 100-degree weather, it feels like, okay? And nothing budged, nothing moved. And so I'm going up in here and I'm just kind of covering. And I find like mature women, as myself, I'm mature, we don't like to look like we have tons of makeup on. We just want to look like light and fresh, right? We just want to kind of look like we have a little bit on. We don't want to look like we have tons on, right? So I'm just going to kind of go in here, and you see I have some redness over in here. So I'm just going to lightly cover that. Do you see how it just like covered right away? I love this stuff. It's like a magic eraser, guys. This is my magic eraser. And then I just like to kind of go over in here. This is the great part if you have little pimples. You can just take this little brush right in here, grab that concealer, and pop it over that. Look at that. All gone. It's like ShamWow. Do you guys remember that? Billy Mays here from ShamWow. I used to make fun of him all the time, and then I felt really bad when he passed away from a drug overdose. But yeah, I remember him, OxyClean. Yeah, Billy Mays here. Or maybe, he was the OxyClean guy. Okay, so we've got that concealed. We've got that all covered up, okay? So I was able to just kind of lightly throw on that concealer. Now, what I like to do, and this is just an additional step if you want to do this, you don't have to. You can just take a little bit of foundation, and I'm just patting just a little bit on my forehead, just to kind of give me some, and I'm like, just going like that. I'm not even taking very much. Okay, now if some of you struggle with under eye circles or puffiness or purpleness, again, we're gonna look at the color wheel. Across from the color wheel, I see a little place right here I missed. We're gonna look across from the color wheel, right? And across from the color wheel from purple is a coral color, right? So that's where we get into these like corally colors, okay? We get into like these corally colors. Now this would be for a darker complexion. This is more for my complexion. And this brush comes in the spring. So you get this full-size brush as well, and you get this one, and there's another one. But I'm going to show you guys here how you just take, like, literally hardly any, I say literally a lot, don't I? I'm just going to take a tiny little bit of that concealer, and I'm just going to cover that purpleness up. And I don't have tons, but I have enough where I'm like, ooh, this needs to be covered. Okay, I'm going to go back in with this diffuser brush. And I'm just going to fluff it. Now, some of you, after you conceal that purpleness, you want to have a little bit of light underneath there. So that's where you're going to take a lighter concealer. Okay, so you're going to take this lighter concealer. I'm going to use my personal one here. And I'm just going to go right here. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to go right here. And I'm going to go right in here. Okay. And then all I'm going to do is just go back in. And I'm just going to pat it out. Look at that. Instant eye lift. And I'm just going to blend it out. Instant eye lift. I like to take my foundation brush and just kind of pat it in there. Okay, so we've got that instant eye lift. We don't have to worry about creasing. We don't have to worry about anything like that. So we're going to get into the color now. So I'm going to show you how you can just do this quick light look. So again, we put that original color, just that lighter color on the lid, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is go in with this really pretty blush color that comes in there. And then this is the third full-size brush that you get in the box, okay? And so if you're just getting on here and you're like, what is the box? It's our spring trend box. You're getting over $230 value for $100. You're getting 6 well palette, 3 brushes, full-size professional brushes, and you're getting a mascara, and you're getting a lip gloss, and then you get a lip balm for free. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, but I want to show you guys a new technique that I've been doing, which is really, really helpful. Especially this is what I do when I'm kind of with my clients. If you can, by all means, hold like a powder puff if you can. So what I mean by that is hold a powder puff or hold a blender to your lid to kind of lift it. This avoids any pulling or distribution of product where you don't want it. Okay. So I'm just going to apply that blush color to the lid. Okay. I'm going to do the other side now. I love this blush color. It's one of my favorite colors. So like I said, you're getting over, oh goodness, I have the hiccups really bad. $238 for 100, which is crazy. We've never, oh my goodness, we've never done this before. So this is new grounds for us with this box. And so this is great just for like an everyday, I'll send you what the what's in the box. I'll send it to you. It's in my VIP group as well. It's got like tons of pretty colors in it. It's a set palette. So I always tell people they have to do that because they can't just customize it for everybody. And I love this diffuser brush because then I can just go in and look how that just like softens up the look, right? So what's great is you can just use these two for every day, okay? It's a really pretty color. You just throw it on. But now what I want to do is I want to take it to the next level, okay? So I want to take it to the next level. And so the other two colors that go in here are Tainted Love, and this is the other one, it's Mirage. These look really good on green eyes. These look great on green eyes. If you have seen some of my pictures, I use these colors all the time, and I have hazily green eyes. These really pop my eyes as well. So I want to show you guys how I can take that to the next level. So you're going to hear me say the term loading and buffing, okay? So this is the other brush that you get in there, one of the three I've shown you before. So I'm going to take this Tainted Love, here, and I'm just going to place it on the lid. Okay, so I always place it where I want it first. Okay, so you see how I just kind of placed it. And this is how you can go from a day look to a night look, which is great because we need the most versatile that we could ever get, especially as mature skin women. Like, we don't always want to wear super bold stuff, but it's great when we can, right? I'll go in and fix it some more. Hi, Gail. So I'm just going to take my powder puff again. And this is where I'm just going to take this angled brush that you get. And I'm just going to start to brush it in. Okay. And then this is where I can see where I need to kind of glide it some more. I love these eyeshadows because they're so pigmented. My shadows have lasted me. I've been doing this for probably 3 years, and I haven't had to restock my shadows in 3 years. The only ones are when I have my clients or whatever. The ones that I use in my shoots and stuff like that. And so I just like to pat it. I want a little bit more, so you can intensify it as much as you want. Okay. I love this brush. I use this brush for a lot of my looks. And you can even use this by itself if you want to, and then just put the color on the side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with this diffuser brush because I kind of want to blend it in some more. So that helps with it. But this brush is going to help you a lot more. I always have that one eye. Anybody else like me? Where you have that one eye where you're like, it's not even. Like that one brow that's not even. No matter what you do, it's just not even. There we go. Okay, those are matchy-dashy now. Now, the other color is that Mirage color that I was showing you guys. So we're literally using just 4 of the shadows. You can use the other shadows, which I'm going to give you some really great tips and tricks on how you can utilize those shadows for the rest of your face, okay? And so I'm going to take this Mirage. And again, if you want the hookup with the spring box, comment spring box below because I am taking pre-orders. There is only a limited amount of these. And unfortunately, once they are gone, they are gone. And that always happens. I always have somebody who's like, well, I thought that they were till May 4th. Well, they are till May 4th until supplies last. Unfortunately, it's until supplies last, right? That's how it always is. And so we only have a limited amount. And so I love this brush. This is one of my most used brushes for shadow. Like literally, I'm not holding it very hard. I'm just packing that color in there. Okay. So that is the biggest thing you will find if you're struggling with your shadows being vibrant. A, you're not packing them, but B, you could use some setting spray. So I literally just spray some setting spray on my hand. I get it wet. And I feel like Mirage works better when you have setting spray on it. The color just intensifies. Look how more intensified it is. It's much more intensified. Okay, so I'm just packing it on there. And then I'm gonna blow it out, okay? So again, I like to use a powder puff. And the reason I love a powder puff too is because it just keeps those oils off of your hand or your face. We tend to put our hands on our face, and then it tends to cause those oils to break out, you know? Okay, so that Mirage just really, makes those eyes pop. Look at that color. Okay, so I showed you how you can just do a simple everyday look with those two shadows, and then how you can just bring it to kind of a night look for yourself. And so I'm just gonna go back in with this buffer brush, and I'm just going to blend it in a little bit more. And this brush is great too. I just wanted to show you how I use that. Now I'm gonna take that normal, like, beginner color that I used up in here, and I'm just gonna use it to help just kind of blend, okay? And then you're gonna take that light color again, okay? And you can just put that right in there in the lid, okay? Put that there in the lid. Now, I do have some people who are like, I really, really want to make this look like, okay? So, if you want to take it over the top, you can actually apply your glow drops that come in there, a full-size glow drop. You can apply those to your lid if you want. Now, here's a great tip on, like, you know, if you don't get that premium blending going on, just take that brush and pat it, and then it should start to kind of blend into that color that you have, okay? I'm just gonna make sure. Okay, now I know that this shadow, or this specific brush I'm gonna show you is not in there, but I need it for this specific area right here. I'm having problems because of the way that my brow is shaped. I need to fix it. Okay, perfect. So again, go back in with that brush, that angled brush, and just start to blend it in. I always tell people, if you're not a makeup person, I don't care, because this deal is too cool for school to not grab. And I suggest it for teens, Mother's Day gifts, teens who are trying to learn how to do some shadow. It gets them the brushes, it gets them everything that they need, like a starter kit to kind of get started with makeup. You know, it's great, it's awesome. And so I'm gonna clean off this brush, go to Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, use my code $3.99. Just kidding. Okay, and I'm gonna take that glow drop and I'm just going to intensify it just in the corner. Now you could take these glow drops and you could go all the way out, but I'm not going to, because we're just kind of doing a mature skinned kind of look. And I'm gonna take these and I'm just gonna apply them to that ridge of my brow. Okay, I'm gonna take my finger. Okay. Now everybody has a liner of some sort. I'm going to use a smudge proof because I really struggle with my waters, my eye watering, all that fun stuff. And I have a really bad shake. So I always put my arm down and that helps me. And what I'm going to be doing is actually called tight lining. It's a technique. And I'm actually just getting into those, hairs in between my lid But I find like this doesn't irritate my eye as much. Now, what this does is, especially if you have hooded eyes, it's going to give you that really pretty, see how it just makes it look so much different underneath there just by tightlining it. Not only does it help pop that look, but it's also going to make you have longer, fuller, effective lashes. You also get a mascara in this box too. My eyes always tickle when I do tight lining. It drives me nuts, but it's a super effective technique. Plus, it doesn't help that I'm blind. It doesn't help that I'm a blind person. I'm gonna put my mascara in my in a warm place for a few minutes. So this is where I go in with my light concealer, and then I can kind of just touch up these areas. Okay. I can just touch up these areas. And this is where having like a blending bud is going to come in handy. And I always just recommend getting a really good basic latex free one, especially with wax base. Latex is going to be your friend. Latex free is going to be your friend, right? Latex free. Okay. I'm just going to go in here. I see a little spot right in here. Sorry, I'm like super OCD when it comes to having my shadow look. Okay. Now, there's two other colors in here. Okay. So we have Flashdance and we have Raspberry Beret. Now, I'm going to show you what you can do first. Okay. And then we're just going to kind of put a little bit on top of it. So if you're just going for an everyday look, you're going to take this blush color. Okay. And you're going to go right here, and then you're just going to go, there you go. You got this cute little blush color. You're just going to use that shadow as a blush. Okay. But if you're like, oh my gosh, I want to look a little bit darker. This is not enough dark for me. And I totally get you, boo, because I'm the same way. So we're going to change that into I'm just putting a little bit of bronzer on, guys, because I have to wear bronzer. Like, I feel drained. Like I drain out if I don't wear it. Now, if you want to go to more of a night color, okay, you can take some of this Raspberry Beret, which I'm going to do, and I'm going to take our Glow Drop again, okay? Love this Glow Drop. I use it for everything. So I'm actually going to take it, and then I'm going to scoop some out of it, and I'm going to create a blush. Okay. So I'm just going to take some of that shadow, and I'm just scraping it. Okay. So I just scraped some of it. Okay. So it looks like this, and I'm just going to take my finger, and I'm just going to mix it together. Look how vibrant that is. So you don't want it to be that much. You don't need hardly any, right? That's why I said I need bronzer, because I'm going to look washed out if I don't apply any bronzer. So I want to make sure I put some bronzer on. I don't care who you are. Bronzer just makes everything look smaller, right? I always say bronze fat is better than white fat for me, at least. So I don't want tons. Okay, I'm just going to take a little bit, and I'm just going to go, okay, I'm just going to take a little bit more till I get the effect that I want. You can also use a brush if you want to. Okay. That's going to give you a little bit more coverage. Okay, so do you see how I'm just kind of adding it? I'm adding it, and what I love is you can still see my freckles. Okay, you can still see my freckles on my face. I still look neutral, natural. I have a glow to my skin. I don't look shimmery, that kind of thing. And that's what I want. That's exactly what I want. Now I want my lips to be hydrated, so I'm gonna put a quick little mask on it because my lips are super dry today. Okay. What do you guys think of this so far? I love using shadows for everything, like everything. While we're waiting on my lips to do what they're supposed to be doing here, let's go ahead and put our mascara on. Now, if you know me, you know that I put my mascara on really weird. Okay, so I always look down, and the reason why is because I do my tips first. I always do my tips. Okay. My tips. And then I go back in, and then that's when I go in for the kill. And I have really weird lashes because I used to have extensions and they do not cooperate at all. There we go, finally. And this is the mascara that comes in your box. Okay, this is my favorite mascara. This is only one coat, guys. Like, I can't make this stuff up. So all I do is I just take it, I look down, and I just do the tips of my lashes first. Okay, I just do the tips. And then I go in for the kill. We're gonna go in for the kill. Now with the spring box, if you decide that it's something that you want, I am going to be offering free class of application that you will get sent to you on how to actually utilize this for a natural look, a neutral look, and a bold look. So you will get all of that from me just by getting it. So you're not going to feel like you're out in the dark. Okay, so that's only one coat of mascara, guys. Sometimes I'll go in and I just do the tips. That's why it's so important if you use a fiber-based mascara. And this isn't fiber, it's got fiber-like in it. It's not fibers, it has fiber-like. So if you use anything that's fiber or fiber-like mascara, you want to warm it up because it starts to get it a little bit prepped and primed. If that's a good word to say. Prepped and primed. Now I'm going to go back in with that small little brush. Okay. And so I'm just going to take, ooh, I just touched that color. I'm going to take some of that Tainted Love, and I'm just going to apply it underneath my lid, just so I have a little bit of color underneath there. Nothing crazy. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Mirage, just because I want the Mirage just to look a little bit okay. Perfect. Okay, now let's do our lips. I'm going to take some more of that blush. because I'm feeling confident in it. You can take any eyeshadow and mix it with these glow drops, and they look gorgeous. Gorgeous. Like, it doesn't matter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the same color. Okay, but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take the color and I'm going to just pat the color in. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to take this, what is left over, okay, I'm going to just blot my lips. Okay, so it takes some of it off. It's not as intensified. Okay, I'm just going to fix. Where that arch is. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw this lip gloss that comes with it. I'm gonna throw that on, and I always like clean my, oh goodness, don't drink seltzer water right before you come on, because it'll cause you to have the case of the bumps. Okay. So you could just go ahead and use this lip with the glow drop and it'll look perfect. I want to show you guys a demo before you go on how our our shadows stay on. So here's a primer. This one I'm not going to do primer. This one I am going to do primer. I'm almost out. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm putting primer on here. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the importance of primer. So I'm just going to take this hand, which I don't have anything on. I'm going to take the Mirage and I'm going to just apply the Mirage there. I'm going to take the Tainted Love. I'm just going to apply that on there, just like that. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to apply Tainted Love. And then I'm going to apply Mirage. Now you can already tell the difference in the primer versus the unprimed at how well that they went on there. I did nothing to my fingers. You watched me the whole time. And then I'm going to take some setting spray. Okay. And I'm going to spray it on there. I'm not putting any on here. Okay. So I am going to spray my face because I call this my 10 years and younger spray because it literally is 10 years and younger spray. It keeps everything fresh and clean. So fresh and so clean. Now you don't have to wear this lip as dark. I like it because it's just really nice and spring-like. It'll wear off too. Like I said, it'll wear. It's really windy here today and my dog is like freaking out. And my daughter keeps saying to me, Mom, what's that? Like, it's the wind, Elsie, it's the wind. Okay, so I'm going to take, you can see how pigmented our stuff is. Look at that. So I'm going to take my hand and I'm just going to, it literally comes off. I'm going to come over here. Oops, it didn't dry. How embarrassing. I'm going to let it dry. Spray it again. Let me see. I know I have a dryer down here, but we'll let it dry for a second. Now, I love this powder puff. Any of you struggle with touch-ups during the day or anything like that? This powder puff is great. If you struggle with oily skin, just take it. And my daughter broke my translucent powder, but this is why I love powder puffs. If you have oily skin, you can just go in and pat it throughout the day for your touch-ups. Now, this is not oily skin. This is the glow drop that you're seeing on me. So I just want to make sure that you know that, you know that. So I'm just gonna, takes about a minute or so for it to dry. So that's why I always recommend to people, wait a good 5 minutes before, if you have to wear like a mask or something. But this is gonna really help you with your masks if you have to wear them still. A lot of places don't have to wear them anymore. Some places you do, like nursing and all that other stuff. So if you're a nurse and you struggle with your mask coming off, this primer and setting spray is going to be your best friend, because it's going to literally keep it on your face without it, you know, charging off or coming off or anything like that, which is crucial because I know people struggle with that, and it's a pain in the butt struggling with it. It's a pain in the butt. Okay. I think it's because my finger is greasy from the glow, not greasy, but wet from the glow drop. There we go. Okay. It's going nowhere. Okay. The pigment is staying there. It's because my hand had glow drop on it still. Do you see that? So the primer and the setting spray, your stuff goes nowhere. Okay. And I had it over here and it rubbed right off. So that is the power of our primer and our setting spray. Especially in the summertime, it's not going to go anywhere. So I showed you the progression of how you can have this really light look, and then you can turn it into an evening look, which is great. Okay, guys, that is what I have. Again, if you are interested in our spring trend box, comment spring below. Literally $230, $400. Like, it's crazy. Limited amount. And this is our setting spray. It goes nowhere. Okay, guys, have a great evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.